Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get into this topic here. This isn't going to be a long one, but I just think it has some good information that we want that's worth talking about here. So as you guys know, free agency is kind of kicking off. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the big piece, the move. He went to go join the Miami Heat. He went alongside, I think, Bobby Portis as well. I thought yesterday that Giannis was going to be a Boston Celtic today, which means that Jaylen Brown is still put. He's still staying put, right? And a lot of people feel like, he wants to be out of Boston. He wants his own team, blah, 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 blah. But one of the teams that we've also been paying close attention to are the Lakers. And, of course, you have LeBron's idiotic fan base that thinks that the Lakers should give him a max contract, while other level-headed people are saying, no, that would be absurd to give this guy at this age a max contract. But anyway, I came across this report here from Fadeaway this afternoon that really stood out to me, and I want to share with you guys because it's some good news. It says Lakers now have the most projected cap space in the NBA for the 2026 offseason, right? It says the Los Angeles Lakers suddenly find themselves in a position few expected to enter the season. Following the blockbuster three-team trade that sent Julius Randle from the Minnesota to the Brooklyn Nets and Nick Claxton to the Chicago Bulls, the Lakers now have the most available cap space heading into the NBA offseason 2026. Before the trade, the projected cap space ranking looked very different. The Bulls led the league with approximately $54 million in projected cap room, followed by the Lakers at 52.7 and the Nets at 47. But now the landscape has shifted dramatically. The Lakers remain at 52.7 million, but Brooklyn's projected space has dropped to 36 on Randle after absorbing Randle's 33-year salary. As a result, the Lakers now sit alone at the top of the NBA's projected cap space ranking as per Keith Smith. You have the Lakers, Brooklyn, and Chicago. The significance goes far beyond simply leading the league in available money. For weeks, both Brooklyn and Chicago were viewed as major threats to the Lakers' offseason plans, particularly regarding Austin Reeves, because remember, Brooklyn wanted him. The Nets had frequently been linked to a massive offer sheet for Reeves that could have approached a 4-year, $178 million deal. Chicago was another team with enough flexibility to create problems for the Lakers. Now, both organizations have appeared to have significantly weakened their ability to pursue premium free agents. This is a major victory for the Lakers. Reeves is coming off an arguably the best season of his career, averaging keeping him was always the franchise's top priority. And the timing of this cap shift couldn't be better. The Lakers are entering one of the most important off seasons in recent franchise history. Luka Doncic reportedly made it clear that he wants a meaningful upgrade to the roster, particularly at center. The front office understands the urgency. Los Angeles has already been linked to several big men, including Jalen Duren, Walker Kessler, Daniel Gafford, and others. While Duren and Kessler remain attractive options, both restricted free agents will be difficult to acquire. That reality has pushed the Lakers to broaden their search toward younger, more affordable players who fit a long-term timeline alongside Doncic. ESPN's Ramona Shelburne recently reported that the Lakers are prioritizing younger players with upside rather than chasing the biggest available names. That approach becomes more easier when you possess more cap flexibility than anyone else in the league. The Lakers also have a major decision looming. LeBron's future remains a topic of discussion. Rui Hachimura's situation has to be addressed. Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton still have decisions to make regarding their own futures. Building a complete roster around Doncic remains the ultimate goal. Having league in cap space gives Rob Pelinka and the front office more tools to accomplish that mission. Okay, so I just want to quickly talk about the Brooklyn Nets aspect, because Brooklyn, now that they didn't offer Reeves a huge contract, then that takes away his leverage with the Lakers. So now the Lakers can now say, hey, look, we can give you a contract because you don't have any counter offers out there coming up to that number that you expected. So that's good for the Lakers in terms of what they're willing to pay Reeves. So you have that. But if you're talking about the cap space, according to LeBron fans, you should give all of that to LeBron. Just imagine these guys. But anyway, in terms of the cap space, the Lakers, they need to get younger. They need to get more athletic on the wing. They need to bolster their defense, and they need a legitimate big man. So looking at these guys, and I don't know if they're on their last years. If you're talking about people like Ayton, I will let him walk or get somebody else for him. He cannot come back. Rui Hachimura is good, but I don't think he gives you that dynamic play that you would need on the perimeter. Marcus Smart, I would definitely keep, and I'll figure out where to keep him, where to plug him in the offense. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, you need a guy like that, right? You need a guy like that that's going to be willing to do the dirty work for you. So this gives the Lakers flexibility. And there should be no excuse for them not to go out there and be able to get 2 top-tier guys. They should be able to do that. Now, if you leave it to LeBron fans and they were running the franchise, they would do something different. But this is my take on it. So the Lakers have they have something to work with here. They have something to work with. We just have to see the moves that they ultimately make this offseason. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Peace. Oh, by the way, I'll say this before I go. If I'm the Lakers, I wouldn't be against getting like a guy like Jaylen Brown. I wouldn't be against getting a guy like Jaylen Brown. A guy like him, if you could get rid of a Reeves to get a guy like Jaylen Brown, you're talking now. And then get a legitimate big man, you're talking. Because you have a guy that can score, that can defend, that can hit big shots, that you could pair with Luka. I don't know how their games are going to match specifically, but he would be an obvious upgrade to Austin Reeves. He would be. He would be. If the Lakers can get somebody like that, I know they're swinging for 2027, but Giannis is off the board now. So the only other people that I'm thinking of, like the major names, are maybe Nikola Jokic or whatever. But if you can get a guy like Jaylen Brown and get him in the mix, and you obviously thought that he was going to be traded, I wouldn't be against that. I would not be against that at all. I would not be against that at all. Just a thought that just occurred to me for you guys to think about. I think Kawhi Leonard may be out there as well. I don't know. But the Lakers have some space to do some things. You know what I mean? I think they have some space to do some things. It just matters. It's just going to be up to a matter of how smart they're going to be. Are they going to be sentimental or not? Meaning making stupid decisions like paying a 40-year-old max money. If they're not going to be sentimental and they're going to make some level-headed decisions and actually think like a functioning front office and think like the more serious teams in the NBA, then I definitely think that the Lakers can pull something off here. I sincerely think that. And you got some pieces out there. We don't know what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard. We don't know what's going to happen with Jaylen Brown. You got some wiggle room. You could sign, trade. You could do some things. Now, I don't know if a Boston would want that, but, you got a guy out there, and the Lakers can, I'm just saying, they have some room to make some things happen. But we do know they need to get younger, they need to get more athletic, and they need to get better on defense. So that should be your guiding light. And there are guys out there that can do that for you. Just a thought, just something I wanted to share. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments. Catch you guys later.